All right. So, yeah, as you guys know, Twitch has been undergoing some massive trolling right now across the board. It's been all over the news, and it's starting to spill over into Discord again and to other areas. And there's already been a ton of streamer drama already that's related to it. And there's just regular streamer drama and all that. And all that is just fucking exhausting. And yes, I said the F word. I'm sorry. This video will probably be demonetized because of it. But it is. It's totally exhausting. It's hard enough for me to making videos, let alone managing all the different areas of our community. And I can't do it myself. And frankly, I don't trust anybody to do it. I've trusted several people over the years, and they've all left me flat. Not because I'm an asshole, but because whatever reasons they had to go someplace else and do something else. And I don't blame them for that. I understand that they have to leave and they have to move on. I get it. I get that that happens. But I actually really miss the in-person community that I've grown over the years. And I really miss it. I really miss it because I knew who the people were. We could build each other up. We could go out for drinks or whatever. And I feel like I have some of that in our community here with the live stream. And there's definitely people here, some of whom would help me get a job even. Then I would, yeah, I feel I consider some of my closest friends, and I've never actually seen them face to face. So I'm kind of in a little bit of a dilemma because, as I've put on point one here, you know, the dregs of society are always the ones who dictate the laws and the rules. And I've learned this over the years too, being a kind of an open educator, that I had to make rules for the parents, particularly because otherwise they would just totally take advantage of me. They would push everything to the limits. There was a few people that would do that. Not all. Many of them were really amazing, you know, and they would just do the right thing. But you can't expect people to know to do the right thing, and that includes me. Yeah, all of us have bad days and stuff, and some of us are more, you know, at going at it. Like we're gonna, you know, go force the issue, and we're gonna force it to be done that way. And there's, you know, there's evil people that are gonna do that. I've known them all my life, and so I refuse to be a party to that, and that means, unfortunately, the deletion of Discord. So I haven't done it yet. I wanted to make this video. This is a big decision, so I'm gonna sit on this decision for 24 hours. I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna put it out there for y'all. This is gonna be on YouTube. It's already on Twitch so that you guys can talk about it. And I want you to be able to, you know, to like consider what I'm saying. There's a lot of people. I went today. I spent about 15 minutes, you know, drinking coffee and going through it, and I noticed that there's a lot of amazing stuff in the Discord that has helped certain people. However, most of the content I'm reading in there, I would rather have been a participant in the conclusions that people are making because they're wrong. They're making just dead wrong conclusions. This isn't just disagreement. Some of it's just plain old wrong information. And I'm not having any ability to check that. And I don't have a group of approved people. And that's not so much to, you know, to build sort of a, you know, militia of people that agree with me. That's not what it is. It's more about getting correct information out there so that people can make their own decisions. And a lot of times people are making decisions from the Discord that don't have all the facts. And they just they're making poor decisions. And there's particularly in TMUX. In the TMUX channel I was reading, I was like, oh my God. It's like, this is like a parade of ignorance. And I don't have the time to chime in and correct it at that moment. So you guys know, everybody here knows, guys and girls and everybody in between, that I am dedicated to helping you out. I really legitimately am. I wouldn't be doing this, subjecting myself to nightmares for the next 3 months for this picture that I saw, because I believe in you. I believe in what you can do, and you can say whatever you want. You can make fun of me. You can do whatever you want, but that is my honest to goodness motivation to do this. And so when I take away the Discord, what I'm doing is I'm encouraging you to participate in forums that are more productive and better ways to do that. And unfortunately, you know, I came from a time, I'm going to put this in here actually. So let me put a thing about this. I came from a time when UUCP Newsgroups ruled supreme. And UUCP Newsgroups are newsgroups meant, this is what Linus Torvalds announced Linux in a newsgroup. That means that if you had to stand by what you said, and it was there forever, for eternity, you got saved. And you could send an email. It could be anonymous, but most people, you know, signed their email with GPG, so everybody knew it was from them. It was, you know, and there were hot public debates, some of which some people actually wish they hadn't written what they had, but it was permanently on file forever after that. And I learned how to do CGI Pro programming mostly from UCP Newsgroups. CGI, you know, was a Complang CGI bin. or CDN Pro, or something like that. That was the one that I read constantly. There were no books. So that was one of the main places that I learned. And I get the value of a community where you can exchange ideas and stuff. The contrast I have experienced with UUCP Newsgroups and Discord or Reddit. Oh my God, I canceled my Reddit account years ago. What was it, 3 months ago? I will never participate in Reddit ever again, because the volume and the participants is high, and it's the quality. This noise static to noise ratio is really, really high, and I want to do everything in my power to reduce that. One of the first things I believe that we can do to reduce that is to move to a more professional platform. And I don't like Slack. Let me just say, I am kind of annoyed at Slack all the time because it doesn't have so many things that Discord does, including like syntax highlighting stuff. But there's many ways to get around that, including, linking to gists and other things in GitHub. And there's many ways to do it. Plus, Slack, like it or not, Slack replaced email in the enterprise. You can make a case very strongly that Slack is the most important professional communication tool on planet Earth for working in the enterprise right now. And I'm about getting you a job or working, a solid job, wherever it is, including in the enterprise. And that means using that professional tool, which means you're not going to use Discord. I'm sorry. You're not going to use Discord at the company I'm working for. They'll laugh you out of the town. They're like, yeah, go back to your Twitch friends and blah, blah, blah. And I like Twitch too. Don't get me wrong. I really do. I don't like the company. The company's gone downhill like crazy lately. And Slack does kind of an inferior product, but making plugins and stuff like that for Slack will get you a job. Making plugins for Discord, not so much. It might be fun, but it's not going to get you anything. So we're going to move to Slack. And that means a totally clean slate. I'm going to delete Discord. I'm going to add a new Slack, and I'm going to be really picky with the name on it. I'm trying to decide whether I want it to even be called RWX Rob, for the sake of the community. I actually would really love, I actually talked to a nonprofit woman just at the art showing last night. She kind of re-inspired me to reconsider a nonprofit, perhaps an RWX or an AFK Works organization. And so the Slack will probably represent that organization. And that means setting up a board. It means setting up, people that are going to moderate it. It's doing it right. And it also, unfortunately, for some of you, means that although there will be anonymous membership allowed through email, and you're going to have to write an application in email describing why you want to participate and where you're coming from. And that's going to go on file. I'm going to keep that in file. If you consider that a privacy violation, then this isn't for you. Go find something else. There are a ton of communities you can find that you might trust more than me on the internet. But I want to know you. The reason I'm doing this is the same reason I did it when people came here and paid me their money, and whether they were in Brazil or Romania or wherever. I've mentored people over the world that I only knew their email address, and they had to apply. And so they wrote me the same thing, and we had communication. I never met them, never even seen them. And several of them were sort of disappointed, actually, when I stopped doing private mentoring. But I'm providing you the same sort of mentoring. It's just on kind of a larger scale. And that means that but I'm going to bring back one of the requirements. The requirement is I'm not putting you in my curated community until you prove your worth to me. And your worth can be, I don't know anything. I am really hungry to learn coding. It's something I want to know. I want to know if I even want to do tech. And I just want to be a participant, and I promise to be good and just sit here and listen and ask intelligent questions, blah, blah, blah. That's all you have to say. You don't have to, this is not some test to see that I only let the smart people, and that's not what it is. This is to make sure that you're committed to the cause and that you're not a troll, primarily. And if those things describe you, I'm going to put that on file, and I'm going to be able to go through it. So when you ask a question in Slack, I'll be able to say, I can go look at what the person's background is. A lot of you, I don't even remember. You don't have to give me your real names. If you choose to, that's up to you. If you want to give me your real names, that's fine. It's up to you. Another reason for this is that I am actually, and I guess I should probably disclose, I don't know that I'm ever going to get paid for this. It would be cool if I could. Maybe I should probably think about this. But for the longest time, I wanted to be doing something like the Recurse Center in New York does, which is they provide a list of names that have been through their program, and they make partnerships with employers and recruiters and people like that, and they come in and they hire straight from them. They hire all the time from them. And now that I learned about École 42, Calendar, which is doing the same kind of thing, I'm kind of re-inspired to do this. I almost feel like today has been a really, sugar and sweet kind of situation, because we learned about one of the best free education platforms on planet Earth at Cold 42. And at the same time, I got trolled really, really bad by the dregs of society, who have no interest in learning. And all they want to do is tear down anyone else's ability to learn because for whatever reason, they're too cowardly to exit this world in any decent way. So that's what I want to do. I want to promote the education you guys learning on your own, a building of community, a solid community, a curated community, one in which I don't know what your past is. I don't give a shit. But when you come through the door of our community, which means that you're telling me you're sending me an email and you participate in our Slack or you participate in our Twitch or you leave comments or you write issues or something like that, we're going to expect a higher level of behavior from you. And you know what? You can call each other assholes and you can go off on each other's choices to do something. That's fine. It's kind of a part of how I was raised. So we don't take as strong offense at people criticizing each other that way. And we have really good fights. And then we go out for drinks later. That's my style. If you don't like, that's fine. At no point does it usually mean that, I think less of you, unless you start to do things that are like really out of bounds, like post the things that people have or go on public tirades against me, trying to garner, support for canceling me. If you're going to start doing those things, then yeah, you're not going to be allowed in our community. And I may even actively campaign against you, even though it's a waste of time. More importantly, I need to build a solid community that cares for one another, that truly cares for one another. It's not just lip service, and that it is focused on learning, and that is willing to help each other and to moderate, and may have radical disagreements. So I don't care what religion you are or anything like that. I'm going to talk about religion on my stream. That's just my stream. I'm going to talk about what I want. If you don't like to hear about it, go someplace else. You can still be in our community, but I don't want you, if you get offended by what I say on my stream, that's your problem, not mine, because you came here. Okay. So if you're a Mormon, for example, the reason I'm trying to say this, I'm not trying to handpick who's in my community, but we do need to be more picky about that. And that includes, not just saying, okay, you have to be a member for like 4 to 10 minutes before you can actually, post anything. That's not enough, right? Because, the trolls are smart. They're just going to wait around and they're going to eventually do it. And all it takes is one view of some of that stuff to really do damage. And I don't want to be a part of that, and I don't need to be a part of that. So this has been a long-winded way to get around that. But I want to build a well-curated group of highly reputable people that many of whom I'm going to help personally for no extra money. I'm not in this for the money. You guys know this. I'm working for full time, but I want to help prepare you so I can hand you off to my recruiter because it's the right thing to do. And I want to help you get good jobs for good companies that are not necessarily FANG companies, and provide good for the world, because that's the only way. This whole trolling incident, it's done one thing for me. It's motivated me beyond before to get more good people in the world, to help you become more powerful, to empower the good people. And the best way to fight that crap is not to take it on head on, which I definitely could do, but that's not it. It's to build more positive energy and ignore them, to ignore the darkness, focus on the light, and continue to build up on that point. And I will do it. I have done it. I'm going to do it in the past. I'm an imperfect person. I rage. I get angry. I get frustrated. I express that. I usually try to do it in an anonymous way when I do it. Those are all parts of me that you're going to come to know about me. And there's been personal members of my community that have been offended, some of whom have never come back. And many, but the bulk of them, over 500, have been, they just understand that that's my personality and that we get along. So this has been a very long video to just say no more Discord, but I want to explain it. It's not no more community. Okay. I'm going to put that in here. No more, not no more community. I don't want people to read into this that I'm trying to kill our community. Discord is not a community right now. It's not. It's a bunch of people helping each other every once in a while. But for the most part, it's just random, echoing into the silence. If you want to be in our community, come join the Twitch streams. I mean, come on. Come join our IRC eventually when we get it going. I'm being really tentative. I added back YouTube chat, but I'm watching it like a hawk because I'm going to have to do bans and stuff. Twitch is already a pain in the butt, and I need to get moderators and stuff like that. So I'm going to take a few comments from the people that are in our Twitch stream right now. Once again, if you haven't noticed, I've removed chat from the screen period. another reason that I want to curate our members of the community and take in applications, and I'm willing to deal with reading them all because it's going to be a lot. There's going to be thousands probably, based on the number of Twitch and Discord people we have. I'm still willing to do that. I still want to do that. I want to get to know you. I really do. This is not some fluff. And that means, as much as you want me to know you, let me put it that way. It also means that I will have a whitelist from which I can build, and then I can filter the chat that shows on the screen. So I actually really enjoy having a chat on the screen. I think it's a good idea to have that. I think especially since when it goes out to YouTube, people on YouTube go, what's this about? And then they kind of want to join into our community and participate, but they realize they can't do it from YouTube. And so, they might look around and read the about page and decide, hey, I might want to apply to this. Or maybe they'll lurk. And actually, I really want to encourage lurking. There's a lot of times when people will come in and they'll say a lot of things, and they'll ask a bunch of questions right off the bat. And then I'll say, have you read the about page? And like, no, nobody does that. And I'm like, well, we do that. And so one of the requirements to even be in the community, to have a voice on the screen anyway, is going to be, you need to read all of my boring about page. You need to understand what this community is about before you just jump in and start asking questions. And that's going to piss people off. There's going to be people, I've been down thumbed so many times by people like, followers only chat, thumbs down. I'm like, what? Is it probably like 10 or 11 or something? I don't know. So I want a curated community. I want one that's got only the best, most motivated members, even if it's entirely free and it's all online. I don't care. I'm sick of dealing with the other stuff, and I am willing to work on my own time to make that happen. And that is not moderation. That is allowing in the good, as opposed to trying to spit out and expectorate all the bad as you discover them. And that's really the best way to go about doing this. So that's really all I had to say about that. What's the chat say? Yes, thank you, Rob. I love that. Let's see. A whitelist in Slack is way better than an open Discord. I think it's a sensible move. An allow list to be more PC, as opposed to, yeah, that's fair. I forgot. Yes. It's just email. It's pretty anonymous. That's true. Although they can fake it. I mean, trolls can fake it if they really want to. The difference is as soon as they behave badly, they're out. Boom. You can be a troll and be in here. Maybe, in fact, I'm going to speak directly to the trolls. A lot of you trolls just don't know what you want to do. You're frustrated. You're pissed off. You're all that stuff. I want to help you. And I get a little bit sad, and I honestly, I get a little bit teary-eyed right now. I am here to help you. I'm not your fucking enemy. I am here to help you. I want you to take all that power and all that energy, and I want you to put it towards something good. And I am here to help you. And if you feel like you can't find a way out, we're here, and we're totally free. Why are you attacking us? You're attacking us because of some reason, right? I want you to hear me right now. We are here to help you get out of the situation that you feel that you're in that is making you hate the world and do what you do. And believe me, we've all been there. I've been there. You don't need to do this. You don't. There's so many other ways to go about this, and we are here to help you grow and learn. And you know what? I don't know about your past. So if you send me your email and you say, I want to try, you may have horrible things in your past. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I just want you to behave properly in our community from that point on. All right? Deal? Because I am really here. I am your friend. And you might think it's funny. God knows it's funny. I've done that shit before. But it can be funny. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Particularly some of the stuff, some of the violent stuff. The violent stuff is just so over the line. And I know you think it's funny that it's over the line. It's not over the line for you for some reason. It's just not. It's just not. We need to do better. We need to do better. So I'm actually inviting the trolls to join our community in a good way. You can do it. Okay. All right. First time viewer, Artibix Rob. I want to learn Linux Terminal Bash. Which distro do you recommend? Greetings from an educator from Ecuador. We'll get there. Okay. Hey man, take a look at this now. Artibix Boost. Yeah. Great. Somebody recommended the Boost to somebody. I've already started making Boost content. I'm going to make more because, this incident is just making me realize I got to add more. I got to do better. I'm going to play Dota tonight. I don't regret it at all. I'm going to play Dota, but I'm going to continue to write and produce content and make you better people. Hopefully you can improve. All right. What's the about page? The about page is my Twitch about page. Yeah. It's pretty long. I know people bagging on all the time. It's like, man, this is longer than the Bash man page. It is, but you know, if you want to get a sense of me and my community, then I would hope that you would read it. In fact, I would require that you read it before you can even send me an email. So I'm going to put that here. Must read Twitch, twitch.tv/about/RWXRob about. And some of it's absolutely vanity. I'm so sorry. I probably should remove the vanity. The vanity stuff is not required reading. My stories and stuff, you don't need that. But this is the case. This is my interview with you. This is what I would do when I normally let people into my mentoring community. I would have an hour-long interview with the person and their parents, and I would want to get to know them. There's people I denied entry because I knew right away the dynamic was not good. Mostly because of the parents, by the way. It's almost always the parents that are the problem. The parents they have an agenda for the kid, and the kid is either not interested or can't express themselves and stuff like that. And I those are usually the cases of I'll turn someone away. It's really sad actually, because I have to do that. Another comment, about me section should be called man. Strager, you must read all of the hashtags. Strager, thanks for being there. You know what? Those hashtags are just because they relate to the stuff that I do here. Strager's making fun of me. One of my favorite streamers, by the way. Strager's awesome. Strager's been with me since the very beginning, and I got nothing good to say. We've had strong disagreements on technology, but we've never crossed the line as far as I know. At least I don't feel so. You know, it's been fun to be around him. I mean, he'll remember when I didn't even put my face on the stream. Back in the day, I was just me and my terminal. That was it. I didn't want to take it to this level. And frankly, right now, this incident today is and the stuff that's been happening lately, because the stream's getting more popular and the YouTube channel is getting more popular, and I'm starting to experience things I hear from others or what happened to people when you have a higher percentage of people participating. You know, the 0.001% of trolls goes up because there's more people. I wanted to keep this positive. I hope this is positive. It's definitely been a really, really long video. I make long videos all the time, but I'm trying. My goal is to make 10-minute videos tops these days when I'm not doing a live stream video copy. So I have not got a method for receiving these emails yet, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. If you want membership in the community, please apply by sending. Please send to, and watch my email get crashed. These Proton Mail will be they'll be mad. At rbx.gg. Okay, that is my email address, and I do have pretty good mail filtering on it and stuff like that. So, and this might blow up in my face too. It'll be yet another lesson learned. I don't care. I'm willing to learn these lessons the hard way because I really believe in it. I don't care. I probably, who knows. So if you want to be on my whitelist and you want to be a member of the Slack channel, you need to go there. And if among my really trusted people, and that would include Strager. I know Strager's. I've seen Strager offer to hire people to help him with some of his streams sometime. At some point, there's gonna be a close, trusted group of people that I would appreciate help, accepting applications. But I'm gonna read every one. I want to read every one so that when I see you on Twitch, I want to get to the point where I can actually identify you by name. And you might find that to be weird in Twitch, but I find it to be very normal. It's actually the best reason for having chat at all, in my opinion, is to be able to keep it, to keep it useful. I'm not a big fan of emoji spam unless you're playing a game or something. So that's the end of that video. Any other questions? Tips on learning Japanese. Strager, do you speak Japanese? I speak Russian and French. I don't have any Japanese. I would love to. I would love to learn Japanese. Strager, are you a Japanese speaker? If Strager is a Japanese speaker, we need to have language streams. One of my in Spain, your application here. Yeah, it's, I don't like it. It's kitschy, this whole application thing, but it's necessary. So I'm going to ask for you to just bear with that, right? And again, if you don't feel comfortable, go get yourself a Proton Mail email and make it 100% anonymous. If you don't want me to know who you are, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. In fact, I'd probably recommend that. I don't recommend even, It's up to you. Everybody's got different opinion on this, and some people are really reclusive, and some people aren't. I'm gonna let you decide that. All right. Proton Solid. If you can't get access to Proton Mail, yeah, LTN Bob, welcome. LTN Bob's one of the people who got me to stream. Actually, one of the two most influential people who actually kept telling me to do this, and now I'm doing it. It's been a year and a half later. Thanks. It's good to see you. We need to go out for beer. Yeah, I went out with the wife last night. We gotta go out and grab another beer. I'm allowed like 1 beer a week or something like that now, because I'm getting healthier. All right, this is a fantastic community. I don't want it to be a negative thing, and so I'm trying to send positive there. Get the applications in. I'll figure out what to do with them. I'm gonna delete the Discord like now, like tonight. So actually no, I'm gonna wait for 12 hours to delete the Discord. All right. I'm going to wait for 12 hours to delete the Discord because it is a big decision. And be careful. There's leftover troll shit in there. I'm just telling everyone to be really careful because some of the images are like scar you disturbing. And I really don't want that for anyone. And that's what's actually got me to do this because I personally have been affected by them. And I don't want that for anyone else. Bottom line, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. There's too many other ways we can communicate without that. So we're going to do a do-over and start up in Slack and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And that's all I have to say. I think it's hard for me to stop talking, but I think we're done. See you later.